students, that doesn't always make them real popular. But they thought kids should have rights too. And so the Iowa Civil Liberties Union came and offered my parents a lawyer, and it went to court. And for me, life went on pretty much. I did go to depositions and things, but we went to the district level, and the lawyers argued back and forth, and the school board lawyer said, but the kids broke a rule, that's all you need to know. And the ACLU lawyer said, but they didn't hurt anyone, and kids should have rights too. And they argued back and forth, and the judges ruled against us. And it went to the appeals level. Well, I thought, why bother to appeal? We're going to lose, of course we're going to lose. You can't stand up to someone like the math teacher. Come on. Kids, we're not going to win this. But they said, no, we think you do have rights. The ACLU said, yes, we do think you have rights. And they had a little experience with standing up for the Bill of Rights. And so they went to the appeals level, and again, you know, the lawyers argued back and forth. Well, again, we lost. And then it was appealed to the Supreme Court. And I didn't think that they would take the case, but in 1968, when I was a junior in high school, they accepted our case, and it went to the Supreme Court, which of course we know the Supreme Court takes very, very few cases, so we were very happy about that. And then in 1969, when I was a junior in high school, the Supreme Court ruled by 7-2 that yes, students do have rights in the public schools, and that neither teachers or students leave their rights at the schoolhouse gate. And one of my favorites is that students are persons under our Constitution with fundamental rights and responsibilities. Yeah, it's good. That's a great victory. It's a great victory not just for us, but for students and teachers all over the United States. I didn't have any idea that it was such an important case, or this was a landmark decision. I was busy in 11th grade trying to figure out who I was going to talk to in algebra class. But life went on. The next year, in 1970, 4 students were killed in Kent State. More and more soldiers were going to Vietnam. The civil rights movement continued. So much was going on. A time just a lot like now. I became a nurse, and one day I was studying for my nursing test. There in my nursing school book was our case and my name. Slowly it started to dawn on me. And you know, this case might be kind of important, because nurses even need to know about the rights of children. And teachers, I found out, learn about the rights of children in this case. And then I found out that law students learn about the rights of children and teenagers. And principals and administrators learn about the rights of children. And as I worked with children as a nurse, I started to believe more and more over the years that the people who really need to know about the rights of children and teenagers themselves. And as I saw civics education getting less and less attention, and less of the time that it needs to be taught in schools. And I started to see that teachers and nurses were kindred spirits in standing up for young people. I started to speak with students more and more about these issues, about the First Amendment, about the Constitution, how it applies to them, and how they can have a good life, a meaningful life, an interesting life, a life taking our world towards a place of love and democracy, a better world of peace and justice. And so I started to speak more and more with students, and I started meeting so many young people all around the country who already are standing up and speaking up for the things they care about. Kids like Sarah Kavanaugh in Alabama, who found out that there's a potentially toxic chemical in Gatorade. And she started an online petition and got 200,000 signatures on her petition. Gatorade said they're taking that out of Gatorade. It has nothing to do with Sarah's petition at all. They said, no, that's not it. They were just going to do it anyway. And children like Emma Sullivan, who was speaking up in Kansas about how she feels about the governor. And I met children just this morning who were going to school right here in St. Louis. I met them over at Washington University Law School. A bunch of high school kids came there, and they had a peace summit at their school to talk about ways that they could build more peaceful communities and more peaceful neighborhoods. So I'm so happy to be stopping here with all of you in St. Louis, my second home, and with all of you teachers, my family here, all of you. Thank you so much for all of what you do.